It's the holiday season, Dodecadorks, and you know what that means. Turkey, menorahs, presents, fireworks, and time with loved ones. Aw, and we are so lucky to count you among those loved ones. Aw. Well, it can also be a pretty stressful time with lots of competing expectations, responsibilities, and priorities. Boo! So, for the next couple months, we're going to slow things down a bit here at the 12-Sided Guys podcast, and that means new episodes won't be as frequent. Our next episode will be Monday, November 18th, with a plan to release about every other week through the end of the year. We'll play it by ear. Regardless, we'll still be just as active on Discord, so if you're missing us, let us know. Hey Sabrina, I can't wait to see what Cilvy does next. Or, hey Matt, I can't wait to hear what Sabrina makes Cilvy do next. Discord will also be where to go to find out when the next sweet sode's about to drop. I sounded so cool. To everyone, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Turkey-tastic Thanksgiving, and so forth. Now, on to the episode. Welcome back, Dodecadorks. We're the 12-Sided Guys. We have Scott as Ornan and or Calden.
At your service.
Sabrina as Cilvy and or Gardenia.
Hello.
Jordan as Mawgrim and or Brenneth.
You're most welcome.
Matt as Guy and or Serena. That is my name. Don't wear it out. And me, Paul, as the guy who has no idea what's going on anymore. Seriously though, when Matt asked which character he should have ready for this session, because we left things all up in the air, I said to have Wilhelm Associates and the B-side prepped. This will go down in the Dodeca Diary as the Kladvina Clusterfruckus.
Honestly, 10 out of 10 name, worth it.
So, while you sit tight waiting to see what's going to happen today, why not go and leave us a rating and a review? 5 stars is all we ask. Unless it goes to 10, then 10 stars is all we ask. Unless it's just thumbs up, thumbs down, then thumbs up is all we ask. Unless it's just a pass note with, do you like 12-Sided Guys? Check one box written on it. And then there's a yes box and a no box. A checked yes box is all we ask. And that's all I need. And this lamp. That's all I need.
And that's it. This lamp and that thumbs up.
And this pedal ball game.
Also ratings. If you could do some reviews with that as well, that would be great.
Yes. Anyway, if you ever kept switching between Squall and his schoolmates and Laguna and his war buddies, then this podcast is for you. It's Chorus of the Forsaken, episode 59.
I did do that.
Yes, I did. And it was Ward and Killis or something like that. All I remember is, what was her name? Quintus? Yeah, Quistis. Quistis?
Yes,
Quistis.
Yeah.
The machine gun at the beginning and the teacher. Yeah. All right. Well, welcome. She had a whip.
I think we've mentioned this on the podcast already.
It's worth talking about again. It's very much worth. I mean, here's the deal. Renoa was cute, but Quistis had glasses and a whip. I know.
I liked Renoa better.
So cool, but Renoa had like a weird paper airplane thing on her wrist. She would shoot her dog at you as her special attack. The dog would jump on her hand and she would shoot it at the enemy.
Gosh. Okay, so how's that different than Guy?
True. I will have you know, I have not thrown Prancival at anybody.
You almost had him pee on someone last time.
Yes, actually, technically, he did pee. He did pee. Well, anyway, okay. For any of you who don't know, we're talking about Final Fantasy VIII, which is probably my least favorite Final Fantasy, except for Quistis. I'm cool with Quistis. U.S. release though, because there's also some stinkers in the first 6. There were some not so great ones. Yeah, true. All right. Well, welcome back to Via Severia in the city of Kladvina. Last time we were together, we joined members of the Krahanest, who, upon coming back to the city after fighting in the Necropurge,
they were assaulted by the forces of the dead that came rising up all around the city. We had Lord Inquisitor Tirana, and she came back with Dov.
That scamp.
And Miska. And you guys ran into Elian Swiftblade, who we met earlier on in the main campaign in Redlum, who recognized Mawgrim and gave Mawgrim a warning that he should have stayed dead. Wait, that's kind of foreshadowing.
I mean,
wow.
that's not inaccurate though, right?
Right. Well, as the Krahanest moved through the chapter house there, they were informed that the abbot was in need of some help. So, venturing deep down into the lair of the night owls, the researchers and kind of the thinkers of the Krahanest, they discovered the abbot, Abbot Stilks?
Skrillex?
Abbot Skrillex.
Abbot Stilk. Abbot Stilk was down there and asked you guys to grab the important information, but of course, you guys could not help but notice the blood and other bodily fluids draining into the multiple drains around the floor. So curtains were pulled back and tarps were pulled off of dead bodies, but not just any dead bodies. Members of the Krahanest that you knew, some of whom were injured in the necropurge, others you haven't seen for a while.
My brothers and sisters, play!
I think I'm gonna need a drink. Dov pulls out his jug.
Yes. As you guys were confronting the abbot, suddenly you heard a chittering, and then coming up through the main grate was a massive human centipede. A centipede made out of body parts and human
I still
remains.
have nightmares. That was horrifying.
hate it.
Man.
I hated it.
You fought valiantly. Abbot Stilk used a potion on himself, which made him take a misty step 30 feet away, and then he booked it out of the room, and you fought the human centipede alone, just the four of you. You managed to bring it down, but that is where we stopped last time, as chaos reigns throughout the city of Kladvina. We go back to Wilhelm and Associates, sort of, in the Tempustarium. We have Guy and Cilvy and Kalden are up above with Baldric the Black. They are watching the fighting as skeletons and other zombies, other undead have started bursting up through the sand in the middle of this fighting pit. You have screams coming from outside of the Colosseum area. You can hear the city is in turmoil. Deep underneath the fighting pit, we have Plan B, the B side with Ornan.
Plan B.
Scott.
The morning after pill.
Oh, man. I was thinking of...
The unsung heroes of Via Siberia.
Wait, Paul, were you referencing the local ska band Plan B that used to open for my local ska band back in high school?
Yes, I was.
Oh, man.
That is a very specific reference only you two will get.
But Matt got it.
All right, Andy and Ollie.
Oh, jeez. Also, if you're interested in hearing my ska band from high school's music, we have a band camp apparently still.
Oh my God,
the
yes.
band was called Yes Have Some, and I think it's like Yes Have Some Ska Band, whatever. Do a Google search, you can hear some of our old music.
Anyway, deep beneath the fighting pits, we had the B-side with Ornan. You all were in these barracks. You were in your own separate little barrack, getting ready for your bout. I imagine that at this point, the B-side starts to hear some commotion going on, dim and hard to hear because of lots of stone and passageways, that kind of thing. But I think that everybody in the barracks is now acutely aware that something is going on. But that's not where we're at this moment. We go back across the city to the Glass House of Chauntea. Even here, the sounds of turmoil and of fighting are everywhere. You can hear the screams of people being attacked, not only by the undead, but also by animals and beasts of burden that have become wild just instantly. Deep in the basement, in a room. The floor is grass that grows up surrounding a bed. There are flowers growing all around in this room. There is a globe hanging down from the ceiling, giving daylight here in this room. Sitting in a corner on a stool, we have a young, probably late 20s, early 30s woman. She is quite beautiful. She sits in an unadorned black robe over armor. We have Prelate Annalise sitting watch over the body of Mawgrim. Jordan, I'm going to hand it over to you. What happens in this moment as Prelate Annalise is in the room with Mawgrim and it's just the two of you?
It's a Snow White situation.
Oh.
No, it's not.
You don't know that. You said you're turning it over to Jordan.
Oh,
You don't know me.
come give Papa Mawgrim a kiss. Oh. Okay, all right, let's see. It's still and it's quiet and peaceful there in this kind of shrine part of the Temple of Chauntea. And then all of a sudden the silence is broken by a sudden intake of breath as Mawgrim gasps and sits bolt upright, his chest heaving, sweat covering his brow, but a light coming from his eyes. Not like a visible light, but just like a twinkle as life has flooded back into his being. He breathes heavily and his eyes dart from side to side, and he mutters, gasping as he speaks. Have I missed it? Is there still time? Where is everyone?
Prelate Annalise pops up off of her seat and rushes over to Mawgrim's bedside and grabs your hands in hers. And she says, thank the gods you're awake. No, it's not too late.
How much time has passed?
You've been lying here for 2 days.
2 days? He starts to laugh and kind of hold his hand up to the side of his head as he chuckles to himself. Oh, it has felt like a lifetime. There has been so much. Only 2 days. Where are the others?
They said that they were going to the Tempustarium, but they were here earlier this morning. They mentioned that Bubbles still lives and that Jib Jab is here close. And something's going on up above. I can hear it. And I think, Mawgrim, as you strain to hear, you can also hear some kind of commotion going on. It's just faint. It's right at the edge of your hearing. But I do want you to make a perception check.
Mawgrim got a 24 on his perception roll. Natural
Nice.
19. Let's go. All right.
Fantastic.
I like this new Mawgrim.
With your 24 perception, you can hear the noise. You can hear what sounds like raised voices. You can hear the followers of Chauntea here in the temple up above calling to each other in worried voices. But more than that, you look at Prelate Annalise and you see hanging around her neck is an amulet in the shape of an eye.
Oh.
And as you recognize what she's wearing, you reach and you feel your chest and you recognize that you're not wearing it anymore. And she is.
Annalise, the necklace that you carry up around your neck at this time, I would be careful with it. We do not know what that may portend for us. Are you sure that you wish to continue wearing it? Perhaps I should take it back.
She puts her hand on your shoulder and she says, no, you've done enough. You've done enough. This is a burden that I was there. I heard them speak.
And a Boromir.
Oh, gosh. I feel like you have given so much already that this is something I can do for you. I get the impression that one of us must wear it, or bad things will happen.
I think you are right about that it should accompany us. And as for me having given enough, I fear that there is yet more that will be needed from all of us before this is finished. I know of your strength, and I am fine with you continuing to wear it if you would like to. but I just would wish you to be fully cognizant of the potential danger that you are exposing yourself to.
I thank you for looking out for me. She points over to the corner. She says, "Your things are here. I can leave the room if you want to get dressed so we can go find everybody else."
Yeah, he quickly hops up off the table and goes over to his gear, and he's looking at it, and he's like, "This is good. A strange request, but do you have anything in white?"
What?
All right, Gandalf.
I am Mawgrim the
No,
White.
he just doesn't want the baby powder to show. That's all it is.
That's right.
That might have to wait, but I saw that some of them were wearing some really fancy duds. There's a guy named Jonathan Thomas the Tailor, and apparently he does a bang-up job.
Jonathan Thomas, the tank engine tailor.
As you...
He will cup you quite often while he's measuring, but
Yes.
it's not
He checks your
unpleasant.
inseam multiple times. Yes, he wants to make sure. Really make sure. As you guys are talking, you hear a noise at the doorway, and as you turn, you see an old woman come walking in. You see that she is stooped with age. She has gray hair. She's wearing well-worn clothing. She looks poor but not haggard. As she comes walking in, you recognize Orchid, one of the three sisters that you met in the swamp. And she looks in at you, Mawgrim, and Annalise. And she says, "It's time. They're here. Come quick."
We haven't a moment to lose. Let's go.
She backs out of the room, and Annalise helps you don your armor and then follows Orchid out of the room. As you guys leave the Temple of Chauntea and head out into the street, we are going to jump back to the Tempustarium, up above where we have Wilhelm and Associates minus Mawgrim, but with Baldric the Black.
And minus Ornan.
But with Kaladin Silvercrest. You are still standing by the bleachers. As you recall last time, you had noticed that the countess, Flidolus Orzel, was actually Nalira Silvercrest in disguise. You had sent Pranciful over to pee on her leg to get a distraction, but alas, the attack of the skeletons and zombies started happening here in the Tempustarium, and Pranciful did his part, and nobody noticed. So what are you guys doing at this moment? You can see down in the pit, the Giants of Gaul, one of them is down, and then out of the Razorwind Warband, the only one still standing is you guys figured it out. It's an ogre that they dressed in plate armor and is swinging around a great sword and a great axe, is fighting off 3 of the Giants of Gaul currently, but the skeletons and other undead have begun climbing up out of the sand, and as the Giants of Gaul pull back away from the ogre continues to swing wildly. It looks like maybe the helmet had slipped over his eyes or something, maybe, and he is just swinging around like crazy as the Giants of Gaul move back. But we have some of the members of the Razorwind Warband, as well as one of the Giants of Gaul, lying in the sand, unconscious. What are Wilhelm and Associates going to do? You hear outside the Tempustarium and inside the Tempustarium screaming and crying and shouting. You can see there are guards here and soldiers. They start cranking out crossbows, starting to get ready to start shooting at the undead that are rising up in the pit. You have Nalira Silvercrest in your sights. What are you guys going to do?
Should we try to capture Nalira, or should we try to stop these zombies?
I feel like the warriors in there are very capable, but they may be worn down. They may need some help.
I'm a little worried that my help might be a bit obvious.
I know. Mine too.
Well, same with mine.
Maybe we should focus on just holding Nalira captive if we can.
Are people fleeing?
People are heading out. They're like going down into the down the staircase to get out of the building. They think this is an isolated event here in the Tempustarium. They don't realize that it's happening all over the city.
But we did hear at the end of the last episode that with Wilhelm and Associates that this commotion is happening outside of the Tempustarium as well.
Yes. Panic is setting in amongst the people here.
Sylvia's gonna cast I'm out of here on herself so she can be speedy for the next 10 minutes, whatever we gotta do.
Fantastic.
I'd hate to leave Nalira here unapprehended, but it sounds like there's a lot out on the streets, and Jib Jab and Bubbles, they're meeting somewhere in the city. And I think if we follow the destruction, I think we'll find them.
I agree. I think finding them might be more important at the moment.
Before we go, I am going to dispel her glamour,
Nice.
but I need to run that way. So Kalden will walk up next to the curtain.
The guard's like, hey, what are you doing? Back
Oh,
off.
I just want a better view from right here.
Like, this isn't part of the show.
It's not?
You best back up. And then he pulls out a crossbow.
You better go help them.
I am. And then he starts cranking a crossbow. He's like, just get out, get back. Leave this to the fighters.
I will. And I'm just going to cast a spell right in the open.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm going to cast level 3 Dispel Magic.
All right. You see, underneath this golden pavilion, you see that Count Romuald Orzel, this thin man, gray beard, he wears like a fancy doublet with like epaulets and everything. He is standing up and he's yelling down, saying, "Get them! Save the fighters down there!" And he starts pointing to his guards. Get in there! Save them!" Suddenly, you see the aspect of Fledolus Orzel, this gray-haired, I believe she was described as a gilf earlier by a certain Sabrina, maybe?
Hell yeah, brother.
Her aspect disappears.
A grandmother you'd like a friendship with?
I believe it was to flirt with. A grandmother I'd like to flirt with, yes.
Oh, even cuter.
Suddenly standing there is another gilf. This one, instead of gray hair, silvery hair, this is dark black hair, pale
And that's
skin.
gilf in past tense for Guy.
You see Nalira Silvercrest standing there, and it looks like she has not realized her glamour is gone right away, but there is such a commotion that I'm going to make a roll and see if the Count recognizes that he is standing next to someone other than his wife.
And he's a man, so he has to make it with disadvantage because he doesn't even notice.
I mean, you know what? He could make a disadvantage. Okay, he rolled a natural 5. There is so much commotion going on. You're at a distance, so you can't hear anything besides all the commotion. You see Nalira start to say something to the Count and then stop, cover her mouth, and then quickly take a step back further into the pavilion. As you guys are watching this all happen, I need perception checks.
Guy got a 23.
Kalden got a 16.
Sylvie got a 5.
As you guys are standing here looking at Nalira, just cursing your luck that all of this happened before you could catch her, Kalden, you see a woman approaching Guy, and before you can say anything, Guy, you turn around and you see a woman that you recognize. You see Violet, one of the 3 sisters from the swamp. This is the sister who was making all the food, who also appeared to be blind. As you see her approach, she walks steadily, but she has that look where her eyes are not focusing on anything in particular, but she walks right over to Cilvy and Guy, and she lays a hand on Cilvy's shoulder. Before you realize that somebody is there, Cilvy, you feel this hand on your shoulder, and you hear a whisper in your ear. "It's time. They're here. Follow me."
Sylvie's gonna roll with it, honestly. Hell yeah.
Okay, you see that Violet, this old woman from the swamp, she starts to move away through the crowd. You see, with all your good perception checks, that the crowd is going crazy and scrambling this way and that, and somehow she moves right through them without even having to step aside. It's like the crowd naturally just parts around her as she moves towards the exit. Cilvy, you're following. Baldric is right behind you going, "What the hell's going on?" As he follows you, Cilvy. What is Guy going to do? And Kalden?
Having seen Kalden just cast out in the open, Guy is immediately in damage control mode, and he's going to say, "That was very benevolent of you, Inquisitor, to cast your spell of protection on the combatants in the arena," trying to lie to these guards, making them think that Kalden is using the power of Iona as a cleric as opposed to an evil arcane wizard.
Why don't you make a deception check, but with advantage?
Oh, yeah. That's a dirty 20.
Very good. You are very convincing. The guards look over at you and they kind of nod, and then they go back to cranking bows and like pulling out spears. You can see that there are some like knights who are moving around trying to get down into the Colosseum area, but from here, there's no way actually down into the pit. It's like you have to go all the way out, go through the barracks to get in, just because of the way that this is set up, and it's 40 feet down into the pit. So at this moment, we have like bows and crossbows and some spears being thrown down at all the undead down there. But we have some warriors who are in dire straits.
Okay, well then, seeing Cilvy leave after the hag, or after Violet, Guy's going...
Whoa,
She's just an old lady so far.
Just an old...
Them some strong words, Matt. Them some strong words.
Sorry, you know how I feel about older women. I've been turned against them.
Oh, jeez.
Just because she lives in a swamp, that's stereotyping with her sisters.
So Guy is going to grab Calden by the hand and say, "You have to follow me," and lead him after Cilvy and Baldric.
Calden blushes hard.
Meanwhile, Prancival is so ticked off that the plan didn't work, he's actually going to try to bite Nalira.
Awesome. Make an attack roll.
That was an 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And it's going to do 5 piercing damage.
Wow, dang. Like bit the femoral artery.
And then he's just going to scoot away as fast as he can.
Okay, you do that attack, and then as you leave her threat range, Prancival, what is Prancival's AC?
It's a 13.
Almost a crit. Ooh, okay. With a natural 19, Prancival gets hit. I don't know how many hit points Prancival has, but Prancival is going to take 11 slashing damage and 8 poison damage.
From what?
Ow! From Nalira's...
stiletto.
Her rapier that she whips out real quick and slashes Prancival.
Prancival is still alive as he scoots away.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, such a good boy.
Pesky bee.
He's going to turn invisible again.
Okay, Prancival scoots off one way. Nalira scoots off another way. Wilhelm and Associates scoot off a third way. And we scoot off a fourth way. Deep beneath the Tempustarium, we have Ornan, Gardenia, Serena, and Brenneth all in your barracks. You guys open the door as you hear commotion going on. You can hear somebody running through the halls saying, "Warriors, up to the arena! The undead are attacking!" And you can hear the person running down the hall shouting for all of the warriors who are down there to head up into the arena to help fight the undead scourge that is up there. What are the B-side and Ornan going to do?
Well, Brenneth will stop stropping his knife.
Hey, wait, thank you, because that is an actual thing.
I don't think Serena hesitates. I think she just puts her bow over her shoulder and draws. She found out she was going to fight in an arena, so she bought herself a gladius and one of her kukri, and then she's going to start heading out.
And she was gladious that she got it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Gardenia's not going to be outdone. She's going to jump up and follow her out.
Well, let me finish my ale here, and I'll follow.
Yeah, Brenneth makes his way straight there, too.
This wasn't the fight I was expecting, but, I mean, it's action, right? Let's show them what we can do.
As you guys move through the barracks, you can see that there is one that is open. You can see that the Dawnfire Brigade is ready to go. You can see Ernesto Stonelance and the Vanguard are all grabbing their weapons to go out and get help as much as they can. And you guys move your way into a large chamber. The ceiling is high. There are columns holding up the ceiling. There is this iron cage with cables going up into the ceiling, ready to start lifting this cage up into the arena. Staircases will also take you into the arena. Ernesto Stonelance and the Vanguard, Torgal's Tuskers, the Dawnfire Brigade, and the other one that I forgot their name are all moving to go and rush into the Colosseum to help protect the Razorwind Warband and the Giants of Gaul from the attacking undead.
I think we'll just hop in the elevators. We can get right into the mix as quick as possible.
Hell yeah, brother.
Do you reckon they'll throw us a couple bob and toppings for this?
I don't know what you just said.
I hear you get more if you bleed.
That's true. Gardenia? I can't remember how I called
Gardenia.
it.
It's Gardenia.
It's Gardenia.
Gardenia?
It's like the best guard ever. Well, I'm ready to kick some ass. I'm not gonna lie. I'm excited. This isn't exactly the kind of enemies we were expecting, but I hear dead folks die just as well the second time.
Let's test that theory.
As you guys rise up into the center of the Tempustarium, you can see the pit is huge. It has got to be almost 100 yards in any direction. It is a massive, open, sandy pit. There are a couple of ruined buildings here. You can see that just off to the west from where you guys are standing, there is a sort of a rundown, ramshackle building. And then south and east, there is another one. And up in the northeast corner, there's some kind of an old structure, an old temple or something. You can see a couple of fallen down statues that have been kind of blown over with sand. It looks like the sand has been in here for a very long time, and maybe they just keep adding in more sand or they just move it around a little bit. But this is sand over stone, and it looks like apparently they didn't used to clean out all the bodies here after fights in the Tempustarium, because swarming around the arena, you see skeletons and zombies. You see a war horse that rears up. You can see the decaying bones of what must be an owlbear that must have been fought decades ago in some gladiatorial combat. You see that rising up there are all of these different undead shapes. Just as this owlbear comes lunging towards you, you see that ogre from the Razorwind Warband finally got his helmet straight, and he runs over and he tackles it, and they are fighting hand to hand. You can see that Lewix of the Giants of Gaul is taking on 3 zombies at once and laughing. You see that Ernesto Stonelance comes rushing up with his saber and begins to fight off some of these skeletons. As more and more undead start rising up, more and more warriors are coming into this sandy pit, but you do have a few who are down. You can see that there is one member of the Razorwind Warband, a knight, as well as a spearman, and what looks like some sort of a shaman or a druid. They are all unconscious, lying in the sand. And then in one of the buildings, you see that one of the Giants of Gaul has been knocked unconscious as well. And you see stalking towards them are numerous undead. What do you guys want to do in this moment?
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Your skin is softer than the sand, my lady.
Gardenia would put her hand on Ornan's head and say, "Good luck, bud," and pat his head and give him a little bit of bolstering magic, which will give him a D3 for an attack roll
Whoa,
Nice.
that's awesome.
for the next 10 minutes. So,
one attack roll? Or...
no, for the next 10 minutes, the creature can add a D3 whenever making an attack roll or an ability check. Add it to your D20 roll.
Ooh, I'm feeling rightly spry.
There are these members of the Razorwind Warband and the one Giant of Gaul who are unconscious and are easy prey. What are you guys going to do?
I feel like Bryneth would immediately want to go and protect those that have fallen.
And Serena will follow you too. I think there are these. Looks like there's 2 to the west of the Razorwind Warband that are down. So I think that's where Serena's going to go as well.
Yeah, the 2 to the west are literally just lying in the sand, and all of these undead are popping up right out of the sand. All right, you guys start moving in that direction as arrows are flying, and you can hear spells being cast as far as prayers and things. I need you guys to roll initiative.
Nat 20 for 23.
Ornan got a 3.
Serena got an 18.
Bryneth got a 15.
All right. Here is what happens. You guys begin rushing over in the sand towards the fallen Razorwind Warband members, all except for Ornan, who's still standing on the hatch for some reason.
Yep, Ornan hasn't moved yet.
Okay, and as you are rushing towards these downed warriors, you see rising up out of the sand 2 figures that are armed with what looks like at one point it was very nice armor. They rise up wielding swords in 2 hands, one on either side of these 2 downed warriors, and then a little further back you see rising up in elaborate armor, wearing a crown on its head, this skeleton looking regal and powerful. And we are going to start combat with Gardenia at initiative 21.
All right, well, Gardenia is going to run up to the skeleton that's closest to her, which does not look like the regal one. And she is going to just swing her longsword, and that is a 12 to hit.
Oh, did you want to rage? Sorry.
No, not right now. She's worried about the magic coming out with all these people in the stadiums. It's stressing her out a little bit.
Okay, so you are going to make an attack with a 12, and that is going to miss.
Okay, and then the second attack is a 17.
That will also miss.
What the hell?
Plate armor, AC 18.
Oh, man. All right. I think that's all she's about to do for this second.
All right. Serena, it is your turn.
All right, so I see that Gardenia has the one on the left. It looks like Brenneth might be heading toward the one on the right. So Serena's going to head straight ahead to the one with the regal-looking one.
One wearing the crown. All rusted and dingy and dirty and gringy, but still this aura of authority.
Yeah. She has both of her weapons drawn, so she's going to start making some attacks. Let's see if I got this all figured out correctly.
Okay.
First attack with the Gladius. 22 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay, so that's going to be minimum damage, 6 piercing damage. Is it holding a weapon?
Yes, it has a greatsword in its hand. A very elaborate-looking greatsword.
All right. I'm going to attempt to disarm it.
Okay, what does it have to do?
It's an extra D8 die, and it needs to make a DC 15 strength save.
DC 15 strength save. All right, here we go.
Minimum damage, though. 1 extra damage.
With a 21, manages to save.
Okay, well then second attack. Here we go. With the Gladius again. That's a critical hit. 7 piercing and 6 critical damage. And on top of that, I'm going to attempt to disarm it again. So another DC 15 strength saving throw.
That is going to be a 12.
Okay, it is disarmed and it takes an additional 6 damage from that.
It's not disarmed. What are you talking about? You can't disarm this guy.
Well, okay. Can he not be disarmed?
No, it's disarmed.
Okay,
It's disarmed.
it's like, oh great, I'm fighting what, like a Eldritch Knight or something.
So where is the sword then?
I'm going to use my item interaction to pick it up.
Okay.
And then I'm going to do an offhand attack. Because of the nick property on my kukri, I get to make 1 as part of my attack action. That is only a 13 to hit.
That will miss.
And I'll use my bonus action, because I am an expert duelist, to make 1 more offhand attack. And that's a 16 to hit.
That will miss.
Dang it.
So are you holding 3 weapons?
I guess, you know what? You're right. I couldn't pick it up and hold on to it. So I guess I will have kind of tossed it behind me.
Okay.
Away from him. So I don't have it in my hands.
That's dangerous. You could have killed somebody. And one of us.
Right.
Oh no! Did I accidentally hit one of the unconscious Razorwind Warband?
I mean, they are lying about 10 feet behind you. So I'll tell you what. You can toss it right behind you for free, or you can try to make an athletics check. Difficulty
right behind
15
me is fine.
to throw it on the other side. Okay.
No, my strength is my dump stat. There's no way I'm doing an athletics check. All right, so that's Serena's turn.
That is now then going to be the Skeleton Lord's turn. The Skeleton Lord is going to move around you 5, 10, and then as an item interaction, pick its sword back up and make 3 attacks against you, Serena, with this incredibly powerful looking magical sword. 3 attacks plus 12 to each of these attacks.
No. Okay.
29, 26, and 29.
Just a second, let me see.
Jesus Christ.
There's no point in trying to like parry it because I can't even roll high enough to parry it.
Oh my gosh, I forgot how big these hits are. Just, this is all this guy has. Oh my gosh. So you instantly take 27 damage.
Oh my gosh. What?
Plus 11, plus 3,
That's a lot.
plus 7. So that's going to be a total of 21 plus 29. That's 40. Okay.
Wait. How far away is he from me? Oh, I think he's just out of my range. Hold on.
Oh man.
This is why you
70 feet
shouldn't have
away.
stayed behind.
Hey, my girlfriend's over there, so I gotta talk to her first.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
there's a label now.
Oh.
No labels.
All right. Well, so you just took a hefty chunk of damage from the Skeleton Lord. 48 damage.
Okay, I'm still up, but yeah, that hurt.
Okay. Brenneth, it is your turn. Brenneth, you see that there is one of these undead soldiers that is standing just a little bit further away from you, but then the Skeleton Lord has just decimated Serena in one round. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I'm going to run up to kind of be right in between the Skeleton Lord and the other one that Gardenia is engaged with, and I'm going to make some attacks against the Skeleton Lord.
Okay.
Or Brenneth will make some attacks against the Skeleton Lord. So he's going to whip out with
Stop
his...
punching your screen, Jordan. Jeez.
Take that, you son of a... Anyway, he's going to pull out his really long fillet knife, which is basically his short sword. And he's been stropping it for a while, so it's very sharp.
Nice.
It's so stropped.
Ah, yes.
And it's a fillet knife, so it's extra super thin.
What a stroppy knife.
It's very thin. 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Yes. Okay, cool. 12 piercing damage. And because of the Vex property on that, I will get advantage on my next hit, which is going to be a roundhouse kick with his right leg.
I need to remember those weapon properties. I should have had Vex too.
Yeah, they're super cool. I'm excited. If I could hit.
A 19 to hit.
That will hit. Barely, but yes.
Okay, nice. So that'll be 10 damage with his roundhouse kick. And then he's going to burn a key point to mash the buttons and quickly do another couple of unarmed kicks at this guy, whipping out now with his left foot and then eventually another roundhouse. So with his left foot, a 23 to hit
That'll hit.
for 8 damage. And then again with his right foot, a nat 1 for a 9 to hit.
That last one will miss, but good round. Anything else you want to do, Brenneth?
I think that's all I've got.
Well, very good. Okay, then, Brenneth, your turn is up. It is now the undead soldier's turn. We have the one undead soldier is going to attack at either Gardenia or Brenneth, and it is going to be Brenneth. You have got 2 attacks coming your way. One of them looks like a longsword attack, but the other one, it reaches out with its left hand and tries to claw you. So first, the longsword attack is going to be an 18 to hit. Does that hit you?
That will miss because of my
nice.
not in the face feat, which gave me
Nice.
+2 bonus to AC since I used an unarmed attack.
Oh my gosh. All right, and then reaching out with the claw hand is going to, even less. It's going to be a 14 to hit. It's going to miss.
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
The other undead soldier is either going to come for Brenneth, Gardenia, or Serena. So let's see. It is going to come for Gardenia. Gardenia, the other undead soldier, comes rushing across and is going to do the same thing. One attack with a longsword, and then one attack as it tries to claw you with its hand. Longsword attack is only going to be an 11, but the clawed hand is going to be a 7.
Aha! Even my leather armor could have fought you off.
All right, that is going to be it for the undead. Oh, shoot. Okay. It was my mistake, so we will do this now. The undead soldiers have done their turn. Brenneth, I need you. You were within 20 feet. We're not going to go back and change all the damage that you dealt. I need a DC 17 Wisdom saving throw.
Oh, Jiminy Jillikers, Batman.
Do I need to make one as well?
Not until the start of your turn. You were not close enough when it started.
I got a 19.
Perfect. Then you are not frightened. In fact, you are immune to this aura of fear that is 20 feet radius from the Skeleton Lord for 24 hours.
Sweet. Let's go.
Ornan, it's your turn. You are way back. probably, 40, 50 feet back by the entrance to the elevator.
Ornan shouts at Lewix behind him and says, "Finish up with the wee ones and come, the real fight's this way." And he's gonna run his movement towards Gardenia.
Okay, she turns around and watches you go. And you hear this
And
little...
she likes what she sees.
You hear this little... And she turns back around and starts clobbering dudes with her glaive.
Ornan is going to throw one of his light hammers at the one just north of Gardenia.
Okay, the one that has not been hit yet. Actually, neither one of them been hit yet.
For a 23 to hit,
That will hit.
10 damage.
Nice.
And then he's going to throw... He's only got 2 of these. He's
Okay,
gonna
but wait,
throw,
really quick. What's the property that you get from hitting with that?
It's Nick, but... so Ornan has...
gotcha.
Ornan is differently abled. He's only got one hand, so he can really only... He can't really ever use the Nick property. So
Right. Makes sense. Okay.
So he's going to throw his other light hammer. This will probably miss. It's a 13 to hit. I am going to roll the D3 that I got from Gardenia, and it only added 2, so a 15 to hit on that one.
Yeah, that will miss.
That will be Ornan's turn. Actually, I'm going to bonus action. This might come in handy later. I haven't used this ability for a minute, but he's gonna invoke the Flame of Ephos, and so he starts glowing purple. And now I have resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Oh, I forgot about that one. Okay, very good.
That would be really nice right now.
Sounds pretty good.
I'm trying to get in there.
All right, that brings us now to Gardenia. Gardenia, you need to make a Wisdom saving throw, difficulty 17, or you're going to be frightened.
Man, I'm not gonna lie, this is not necessarily my strong suit. That was a 3.
You are afraid. You are frightened and cannot move closer to the Skeleton Lord, and your attacks have disadvantage now because the Skeleton Lord is still in sight of you. You will try to make that save again on your next round, but for now, that's what's going on.
Oh man, okay. Alright, I'm gonna try to attack this guy in front of me again. We're gonna see what we can do here.
Okay, the one that has not been hit yet?
Yeah.
Because you've got 2 of these undead soldiers right there on you.
Oh yeah, because he did hit the other one. No, the one who I was trying to reach earlier, I'm
Perfect,
going
okay.
to just go right back for him. So let's see, with disadvantage, that is... Heck, that's a 15 to hit, but I will use my reckless attack.
Okay.
So
So then just take the first one then if you're going to attack recklessly.
okay,
That's an 18, so then you did hit.
okay, cool. So we'll do 18 to hit, and that is going to do 12 damage.
Nice.
Hell yeah. Okay, and then that is with the... What is this new feature? That one is the longsword, so it's sap. So then that means...
They get disadvantage on their next attack, I think.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
Correct. Cool.
Okay.
And then the second attack was a 15, so that one does not hit.
That one will miss. All right, anything else Gardenia wants to do? Like maybe go into a rage or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that right now. I'm still a little worried about people seeing that.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Then that brings us to Serena. Serena, your turn. You are standing toe-to-toe with the Skeleton Lord. You disarmed him last time, and he picked up the sword and hit you 3 times and did some serious
Jeez.
damage.
Okay, well, my wisdom save was only a 9, so I am afraid of him.
Yes.
Dang it. Oh my goodness. Okay, first things first. Bonus action, I'm going to do a second wind. Woo! All right, so I'll heal myself for 10 damage.
Nice.
Which feels really good. And then as part of that, I can actually move half of my distance away for without invoking an attack of opportunity. So I'm going to move 15 feet just straight back toward the wall and
Okay.
switch out my swords for my bow. I can do both at the same time because I am an expert duelist. And I'll attack with my composite bow with disadvantage.
With disadvantage, AC 18.
So the first attack is 14, and the second attack is a 10, a nat 1.
Oh, gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Two arrows go wide, as it is now the Skeleton Lord's turn, unless there's any other thing you want to do.
Saving my action surge in case I ever am not afraid of it.
Okay, all right. Skeleton Lord's turn. Skeleton Lord is next to Brenneth.
Hello there.
The Skeleton Lord turns and watches you leave, Serena, and then looks at Brenneth and is going to move over the unconscious members of the Razorwind Warband and get into base-to-base with Gardenia and Brenneth.
You got a right ugly mug, you do.
All right, Serena, you are no longer within 20 feet, so on your next turn, unless something changes with positioning, you won't have to make that save again. You will no longer be afraid.
Okay, good. Whew.
Skeleton Lord is going to make 3 attacks. We'll see. The first attack is coming towards Gardenia. Second attack, Brenneth. Third attack, Gardenia.
He gets advantage against those too, so me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so what we'll do against Brenneth. Brenneth, does an 18 hit you?
It does not.
Gardenia. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that a 30 will hit you.
Yeah, it might.
And then the other one is going to be another 30.
Yeah, it might.
Ornan is going to
Okay.
redirect one of those
Okay.
at the skeleton next to him.
So the first one or the second one?
The first one.
Okay. Towards the one that you already hit with a hammer?
Yes.
Okay. That is then going to be 7 plus 9 is going to be 16 damage to the skeleton that you already hit,
Awesome.
bloodying it at this point.
You can't hit my Gardenia.
Gardenia, you take 20 damage from one strike of this
All right.
greatsword.
That's better than it could have been.
Yeah. All right. Then we come to Brenneth. Brenneth, you are immune to the fear property. You have an undead soldier in range, but also the skeleton lord is next to you as well. What are you going to do?
Right, well, little did he know that my head is so prodigiously empty that nothing can frighten me. And with that, Brenneth is going to whip out with his fillet knife at the skeleton lord. His first attack with his fillet knife is only a 13 to hit, so I'm guessing that won't do it.
That will miss.
And then he will, of course, whip out with a roundhouse kick with his right leg. 20 to hit,
That'll hit, yeah.
10 damage. And then he is again going to mash the buttons to do another couple quick kicks. First with the left leg, only a 13. And then again with the right leg, a 16. 16 probably won't do it.
All 3 of these are wearing plate armor. They all have AC of 18.
Well, crap. Well, I got him with one thing. That's it.
Okay.
You
Well,
got
then,
him with your thing.
all right. So we've got 2 undead soldiers. One of them is going to attack at Gardenia with advantage both times. The first time with the long sword is going to be, that'll be a 22 to hit.
You got it.
6 slashing damage, and then the claw coming at you is going to be 18 to hit.
That will hit.
All right, you are going to take 7 necrotic damage. I need you to make a Constitution save, difficulty 13.
Oh,
Come on. Dice roll. Okay, that's a 19.
Okay, you do not lose maximum hit points. The next one is going to attack. It has it has disadvantage on its first attack because of Gardenia hitting it, and then it's going to attack. The first attack is coming towards Gardenia, so it has advantage and disadvantage. So it's going to roll this one straight. Longsword is still going to be a natural 1 and miss you, and now the claw is coming towards you with advantage, Gardenia, and that is going to be 20.
Jesus Christ, okay.
That's going to be 3 more necrotic damage. Make another Constitution saving throw, difficulty 13.
Come on, big money. That's 18.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You do not lose max hit points.
I'm not fine.
And last but not least, end of the initiative, we have Ornan Opal Bleacher.
awesome. Where does the aura start? I just want to see.
It is 20 feet out.
Okay.
So
Is it a spell effect?
it is technically, it's called Fear Aura. So I don't know if it's actually I don't think it's a fear effect. I think it's just the fact that you're fighting this incredibly powerful undead, basically king.
Cool. Ornan only got a 12. What was the DC? 17, you said?
Oh, no, you're not within his sphere range.
Well, I was about to step in.
Oh, no, it's when you start. It's when you start.
When I start my turn. Oh.
Yes, so you start your turn outside of his sphere aura, so then you can move into it and you're fine.
Okay, okay, cool. I misunderstood. Ornan is going to run straight for him then.
Okay.
Standing on the north side of him, close to Brenneth and the downed soldiers. And I am going to start taking some swings with my rubber hammer.
All right.
The first one's an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
I want a squeaky hammer sound so bad.
Okay.
The second one is nat 1.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, gosh.
Ornan is going to spin the shaft because I will probably fail my wisdom save next turn, so I might as well use it. The third one is a 14, and the fourth one is an 11.
Oh my god, you have a plus 9.
Man.
Look, bruv, you've got to start using not a rubber mallet to hit people with.
I don't think if I used the plus 3, I would have been able to do any of those.
Not with any of them.
Yeah.
None of them.
Cool. Well, I tried. Good luck.
Okay, Gardenia.
Gardenia's gonna go into a rage.
Okay, well, so question. Is your rage, is it a mindless rage where you are immune to fear when you're raging?
I don't think so.
Okay, then why don't you go ahead and make your wisdom save first. Difficulty 17.
That's 16.
Oh, so close.
I'm terrified.
But you were going to go into a rage?
But yeah, I can no longer worry about trying to hide myself. Like, I gotta do it. So yeah, I am gonna go into a rage, which is going to end up doing a wild magic.
All right. Which one will it be?
4. So that is magic infuses the weapon you're holding. The damage changes to force, and it gains the light and thrown properties with a range of 20 feet and a long range of 60 feet. If it leaves your hand, it reappears in your hand. Hell yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
Oh, rad.
Nice.
So
All
you
right.
can just pass this off as a magic weapon. Like, I think you're going to be okay. Although purple glowing Ornan may have some questions directed at him.
I'm a deep gnome. Don't worry about it.
Orion's too honest. That's the problem. He's just like, oh yeah, this is my purple worm. You want to see it?
Lewis is like, yes, again.
I'll show it to you.
Oh gosh. All
Okay,
right.
cool. So I am going to attack. I'm gonna go after the same guy. I'm so pissed that this guy's being so evasive to me.
All right. Are you going to attack recklessly again so you can roll straight?
Sure. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
that. So that is a 21 to hit,
That'll hit, yeah.
and that is going to do 8 damage.
So 8 damage with your first swing. Perfect.
All right, and then we're going to go in again, and we're going to do 21 again.
Perfect.
No complaints
yeah.
there.
That will hit.
All right, and that is going to do 13 damage.
This guy is now hurting.
And then his attacks against me, or his next attack against me, is disadvantaged, which would make it normal.
Nice. Okay, Serena Willows. I keep wanting to say Williams. Serena, it is your turn. You are stepped back. You are no longer in the fear aura of the Skeleton Lord, so you don't have to make that save, and you no longer have disadvantage.
All right, so then I'm going to take some shots with my bow. First one coming at the Skeleton Lord is a 26 to hit.
That'll hit.
It does 8 piercing damage. I'm going to attempt to disarm it again.
Okay, so that's a
Oh,
strength
you can do that
save.
with a range attack? That's rad.
This specific one, you can do with a ranged attack, yeah.
Oh, and disarmed again. The sword falls to his feet.
Okay,
I love it. Dang it. If only it were my turn, I could try to, kick it away or something.
that's fine. It falls at its feet, so that's an additional 5 damage for that attack from the superiority die.
Okay.
How's he looking?
He is looking like he is not dead.
I mean, looking dead, but
I mean,
not dead
He
again.
hasn't died the
He's looking
second
pretty
time yet.
undead right now.
Okay, second attack is going to be a nat 1 for a 10. And then I'm gonna go ahead and action surge and do a couple more attacks.
okay.
So the first one is a 13, which will miss, and the Second one will be a 24
That'll hit.
for 11 piercing damage. And I'm going to go ahead and use one more of these. He's probably immune to fear. So I'm going to do a pushing attack. DC 15 strength or get pushed 15 feet directly away from me.
Okay, but what happens if it bumps into another creature?
I don't know. Maybe it moves diagonally. There's no rules for it.
Bumper cars.
He bounces off the others and gets ricocheted north.
We gotta start doing some physics here.
Maybe instead of him moving 15 feet, maybe they both just slide 5 feet. I don't know.
Did you deal extra damage with that as well?
It's another 5 damage.
Okay. All right, you hit this skeleton lord and move him back 15 feet. He
Did he do a saving throw?
Oh, he makes it. He's fine. He stays right there.
Okay. So then with Serena with her movement is going to move 25 feet up right next to him. Item interaction. She's going to just stow her bow, grab the greatsword, and then she's going to use another of her second wind for her bonus action, which I have not used yet, and regain some hit points and move another 15 feet directly away from him with his sword. So that's 17.
Oh my god!
And I'm going to go ahead and just move straight back 15 feet, holding his sword.
Oh my gosh.
Nice. That's clutch.
All right, well, here's what's going to happen. It is now the Skeleton Lord's turn. The Skeleton Lord looks around, sees you taking off with the great sword. Here is what I need to figure out. He's got a couple of options. He can take...
He's also... I forgot to mention this. Also, he's 10 feet per round slower because of my longbow attacks.
It's that sigh of exasperation. That's what I do this for, guys. That's why I play this game, is to hear Paul's sigh of exasperation.
He can still reach Serena.
He can still reach me, but yeah, he is slowed. I just wanted to let you know.
Yeah, there are a couple things that he can do. So I'm going to see what we have 3 options. One, he grabs the spear off of the downed Razorwind Warband Spearman. Or number 2, he's going to take a longsword from one of these undead soldiers. Or number 3, he's coming after Serena to get his sword back. I am going to say we're going to roll a d10. 1 or a 2, he goes for the spear. 3 or a 4, he goes for the soldier to take his sword. And then 5 through 10, he comes after Serena. He grabs one of the swords from these undead soldiers next to him, and now he has a longsword, and he is going to lay about him 3 attacks.
Wait, hold up. Which one did he take the sword from? Because now we need to know which one of them is disarmed.
He's going to take it from the one that Gardenia has been attacking. So the one that's a little bit closer to you, Serena. The one that Brenneth can reach as well.
Okay.
So the Skeleton Lord is going to now lay about himself with this longsword now in 2 hands. And that is going to be, the first attack is coming at Ornan. The second attack is coming at Gardenia. And the third attack is coming at Ornan again. Ornan, 2 attacks coming your direction. These are going to be +6 to each roll. That is going to be a 14 and a 14.
Those will both miss.
Oh, sorry, no. +9 to each roll. That's going to be a 17 and a 17.
Those will both miss.
Okay. And then Gardenia, 1 is coming your way. You attacked recklessly, so this is with advantage. And that is going to be a 27.
You know that'll do it.
All right, and that is going to be 13 damage.
Okay, Gardenia's looking a little rough.
But halved because you're raging. So halved to 3.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's still looking a little rough.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, Brenneth, it is your turn.
All right, here we go. I'm going to go again with the fillet knife at this skeleton lord. Gosh, only an 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
And then with the trusty old right leg roundhouse, a 22. Man, that one, every time.
I don't think that's missed at all, that your second attack. So yeah, what damage?
Oh, trusty over here, 10 damage.
That's what call your right foot. Old trusty.
That's right.
The other one's old clicky because it clicks when he's...
I was going to say old shifty. He's a little suspect of his left foot.
I'm gonna mash the buttons again, and we're gonna whip out with the left foot now.
Okay.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
For 13 damage. Ooh, max damage there. And then again with the right leg, roundhouse. Oh, and it's a nat 1 for a 9.
All right, that will miss.
How's he looking at this point?
He's looking rough. You can see that, like, the armor is now dented. The crown has fallen off. You can see that, like, his zygomatic arch is cracked. You can see, like, the...
That zygomatic arch.
Dude, I hate it when mine gets cracked.
It's like your cheekbone.
You know what normal people say? They say cheekbone.
Yeah. His manubrium is... anyway. Okay,
Manubrium. That manubrium. Yeah, that's all I've got, though.
Wasn't Ricky Martin in Manubrium when he was a kid?
No. All right, that brings us now to the undead soldiers. We have one with a long sword. The other one is now barehanded, can still make the life drain attack. So the one that is barehanded is going to attack at Gardenia. Gardenia, you have got, first off, an attack with just a fist, an 18 to hit you.
Oh my god, yeah, that'll hit.
That's going to be 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then...
Half to one.
Nice. And then we have the claw attack coming at you, and that is going to be a 13 to hit. Does that hit you?
That will not hit.
Oh, thank goodness. Because last time, I mean, that was a pretty close one. Okay, so the claw misses you.
You're afraid of the claw.
Ooh.
Not the claw!
The other undead soldier, he is going to either go for Ornan or Gardenia. Gardenia, he's coming for you. So, longsword attack, first off, is going to be an 8 to hit.
I'm feeling really attacked.
And then the claw, the necrotic claw, is going to be a 21 to hit, which is going to deal 8 necrotic damage. You don't have that. And I need you to make a constitution saving throw, difficulty 13.
Okay, this isn't good. That's a 13.
You made it. Okay, so your max hit points do not drop by 8. All right. Gardenia, are you... I don't need to know your hit points, but are you bloodied?
Oh, I don't have any... I have more blood outside of me than I have inside of me.
Gardenia's like, I didn't hear no bell. Whatever.
It's your turn, Ornan. You have got an undead soldier and the skeleton lord in front of you. The skeleton lord is looking rough, but so are the undead soldiers. But so is Gardenia.
Ornan got a 16 on his wisdom save. Good question, though. The ability that Gardenia gave me, can I roll that D3 for this? Or is it just, like, attack rolls?
It's for attack rolls and then also ability check.
Well, this is a save, so you do not get this, so you are now terrified.
All right. Cool. Well, I couldn't hit when I didn't have disadvantage, so we'll see what happens. The first one is a miss with a 14. The second one is also a miss with a 16.
Oh.
Wait. Can't you add the 3 to that then instead? Onto the 16?
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that. Let me roll a D3. I got a 1.
Oh, no. You still missed. Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
All right.
Well, this has been fun, guys.
All right.
We did our best.
We are back up to the top of the round. I think this is round number 4. Gardenia, it's your turn. You've got 2 undead soldiers and a skeleton lord. You have been taken a beating. I need your wisdom save to see if you are afraid.
Come on, be wise. I got an 18.
Oh, you are
Nice.
not afraid. You no longer need to roll
great.
recklessly if you don't want to be able to hit these guys. All right, so you've got undead soldier that you've been attacking. You've got the one that Ornan's been whittling down, and you got the skeleton lord. What are you going to do with your turn?
Going straight after the skeleton lord. I'm so pissed off.
Okay.
All right, but that is a nat 20.
Oh, coming out with a fury.
Oh,
Yes.
gosh. All right, let's see what damage there is.
11.
11 damage. This dude's looking rough.
And then swinging in again for 18 to hit.
That will barely hit. Yes.
To hit? Okay, nice. All right. And that is 14 damage.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Take
gosh.
that, you son of a gun.
Anybody want to guess how? Anybody want to guess how many hit points the skeleton lord has left?
1?
You're so close, Brenneth.
Oof.
He has 2 hit points left. He is still standing. Serena's turn. What are you going to do?
Well, I'm within his radius again, so I rolled a wisdom save and I only got an 11.
So you are afraid, so disadvantage on any attacks.
I'm going to go ahead and move back my full 35 feet and take some composite bow attacks.
Okay.
With disadvantage. The first one is a 14, and the second one is a nat 1 for a 10. So those are misses.
Anything else you want to do?
Well, I'm probably... I'll save my last bonus action second wind, so I'm good.
Okay. That brings us now to the Skeleton Lord's turn. Skeleton Lord has 3 targets to choose from and 3 attacks. So the first one is coming for Ornan. Second one is coming for Gardenia. The third one is coming for Brenneth. Okay. Ornan, does an 11 hit you?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Gardenia, does a 26 hit you?
Jeez. Oh
Wait,
my
did he do
gosh.
it with disadvantage? Because I hit him, didn't I? This is the king.
Oh,
Yeah, with the sap, yeah.
oh
Yeah.
yes. Yeah,
Yeah, the sad sap.
That is going to be, technically he would have had that disadvantage on Ornan's roll, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry, it might just be on his next attack. Sorry,
I think it's next attack.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Yeah, so 26 then to hit you, Gardenia. And that will be 15 halved to 7 slashing damage.
I'm not doing well, guys.
Okay.
The fact that you're not dead yet is miraculous to
Yeah,
me.
I feel like you've been saying that for like 25 hit points worth of damage at this point.
Okay. And then the
Yeah.
last attack is coming at Brenneth. And that is going to be, only an 11.
Nope.
Okay. Brenneth, it is your turn. You can see this Skeleton Lord is like shouting out wordlessly, like no air is moving through its lungs, so it can't actually make noise. But you can see like pointing and anger and swinging the sword and raging. But it's really eerie how silent he is.
So Brenneth whips out the fillet knife again and kind of clinks off of the armor. I got a 12 to hit, so that didn't do it. So Old Rusty comes whipping around with the right roundhouse. Oh, and it's only a 12 as well. So we're going to burn another lucky hunch point to mash the buttons. And we'll come with the left leg, a 14.
Oh no!
And then we'll come with the right leg one more time, a 16.
Oh no,
gosh,
you missed
dude.
all 4 attacks. Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh,
All right.
Ornan's
dang.
over there like, oh
Ornan.
no.
This
All
is a
right.
wily one.
That must be so embarrassing for you.
Okay. Well, now we have got the undead soldiers' turns. We have the one that still has a sword is going to make an attack. The only one that can attack either Ornan or Gardenia, and it is going to go for Gardenia. Gardenia, you've got a long
So
sword.
sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Every single time.
Just so everyone knows, I am rolling to see who they go after, and they see that Gardenia is a weakened foe. It's like the predator
Ah, the
going
strong
after the
foe.
going after the baby hippo, the Mudang. Okay.
Oh, hey!
Jesus, that was quite a picture.
All right.
Don't you dare talk about Mudang like that.
Does a 16 hit you, Gardenia?
No.
Okay. And then with the claw attack, the necrotic claw, does a 7 hit you? No, I don't think it does.
Woo.
All right, now the one without a sword is going to come. It's going to attack against... Oh, Brenneth. Brenneth, first off, trying to clobber you. Does a natural 20 hit?
Oh, a natural 20 would probably hit me.
Ornan is
Okay.
going to give it crazy eyes, and it has to re-roll that.
Oh, it was only going to deal 4 damage with its crit. But it still gets a 21.
That will hit.
I tried. I'm sorry.
It punches you for 3 damage.
Hey,
And then it's going to attempt to do the necrotic claw against you, Brenneth. And that is going to be a 16. Does that hit you?
nope.
Oh, okay. Oh, my goodness. All right. And now, Ornan, it's your turn. You have got these 3 skeletal warriors, the Lord and the 2 soldiers. I need you to make your wisdom save to see if you're going to be frightened, and then you can make your moves.
That's a 4.
Okay, you
Oh,
are
man.
still terrified.
I got a 25 to hit.
Against the Skeleton Lord?
Yes,
And how much damage?
for 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
What
hell
does
yeah.
it look like as you clobber the Skeleton Lord, this regal-looking, one-time king and master of the pit of the Tempustarium? What happens?
Ornan, he spits in his open palm and he grabs the shaft and he just swings up as hard as he can and he sends the skull just flying into the crowd. If there are
Awesome.
people still in the crowd.
And casts Spare the Dying on it.
Instantly vaporizing the skull with its holy energy. Awesome. As you do that, you hear from over on the other side of the arena, you hear Livik say, "That's my man."
We haven't put a name on it yet.
She straight up missed everything else in the fight, but saw that move.
Oh yeah, that's the important part.
Oh my gosh. All right. So instantly the fear aura is gone. Now, Ornan, you still have one more attack, and you have an undead soldier standing in front of you as well.
Ornan is going to step into the middle over the dead body now of the dead skeleton lord
Yes.
and attack the one in front. Attack the one to the right that still has the sword.
The one that you were attacking earlier. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. The one that is looking healthier. Yes.
That is a 17 to hit. Oh, wait, hold on. I don't think I can miss because of Gardenia's thing.
I think you're right.
That is
Nice.
a 20 to hit
That will hit. Yes.
Something finally helped.
for max damage for 16 bludgeoning damage.
Oh.
Holy
nice.
cow. This dude is barely hanging on.
I feel like I'm getting my swing back.
And then you hear Livik say, "Swinging is something we can talk about later."
Oh,
All right.
Established
boy.
guidelines.
We're not there yet in our relationship.
Communication is key if you're going to live that lifestyle.
So enthusiastic, though, and open.
All right, Gardenia, it is your turn. You have 2 of these undead soldiers. They are both looking very rough.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the one that's right in front of me, the one that I've been trying to get for the longest time.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit for 9 damage.
Oh, this dude is also looking so rough.
All right, and then that is an 18 to hit,
That will barely hit.
7 damage.
Nice. What does that look like as you clobber this undead soldier and destroy him?
I kind of imagine his bones just sort of turn to dust, but as he's floating away in a cloud, he kind of waves at me and he's like, "Thanks for putting me at peace, girlfriend."
Nice.
I love that.
Nice. Nice. As you feel really good about yourself, Gardenia, we move on to Serena. There's one undead soldier left. It looks like bones are broken. You can see that one arm is hanging limp. What are you going to do?
Serena's going to move her 35 feet back toward the melee. And then as she gets there, she's going to stab the great sword she's been holding into the ground and draw her composite bow again and take 2 shots at the surviving one. First is a 12 to hit. Come on.
That will miss.
And the second one is a 15 to hit. Come on.
That will miss.
Okay.
All right. That brings us now to Brenneth. Brenneth, it's your turn before this undead soldier gets to go again.
Before it gets to hit Gardenia and kill her.
Brenneth is going to kind of dodge up to the north side of this thing and have a couple of attacks. First thing with the fillet knife, thrusting that out for a 25 to hit.
All right. That hits.
That'll do 13 piercing damage.
And what does that look like as you bring this last undead soldier down?
So I think he stabs this one kind of straight in the back of the neck as it's facing Gardenia, and then he whips the blade to the side and kind of cuts 2/3 of the neck away. So the head kind of flops down awkwardly as he collapses.
Nice. And as that undead soldier falls, we are going to cue victory music.
Woo.
Nice.
We did it! We killed him!
All right, as you
Jeez.
guys stand here in the sand pit, you can see that other battles are raging around you. None seem to be quite as heated as this one. There is the owlbear still rampaging around. You can see that members of some of these different groups, you see Ileana Emberglow and the Dawnfire Brigade are grabbing the fallen member of the Giants of Gaul and dragging him back towards the elevator. You see that other members of different groups, you can see like Torgal's Tuskers are battling some skeletons that have come up. You see that the Grim Fangs are battling backwards towards the elevator shaft as well. You can see that Lewix is she's grabbed one of her fellows and she's helping move them towards the staircase heading down. You hear somebody call out, "Quick, back in the barracks! We can barricade ourselves in. It'll be safer in there." And as everyone here in the arena starts to move and get to safety back underneath the sand, away from the rising dead, we are going to leave the Tempustarium and head across town.
And as we leave, you see Serena offering the Skeleton Lord's greatsword to Gardenia.
Aw, thanks.
We will have to talk about that later.
Yikes.
Have fun being cursed, if you decide to use it.
That was the most frenemy move ever.
Guy, Calden, and Cilvy, you guys move through the city following Violet. As you move through the city, you see rising up out of the canals, you can see undead climbing out. You can see people running for their lives. You see others fighting back. You see that there are guards in the Pythrian colors of gold and green that are fighting back against the undead and also the beasts that have become enraged. You see horses galloping down along the waterfronts and just trampling people as they charge by.
Not Duchess. Please, not Duchess.
Not Duchess. You see dogs in packs are taking down people as other people are fighting back with whatever they can find. Chairs, random swords and spears. You see that there are skeletons climbing up out of the water, ones that we saw last episode against the Krahanest, infected with this disgusting blue rot. As Violet brings you over towards dockside, nothing seems to come near you. It's almost like everything moves around you. There are a couple of times where you get ready to fight and then the things that are coming towards you just kind of run around you and go and fight something else, almost like nothing can currently detect you as you move through town. I want you three to make perception checks as Baldric, Guy, Calden, and Cilvy move through the city.
You got an 18.
Sylvie got 19.
Calden also got a 19.
La-di-da.
You guys all notice that the further into the city, the more times that happens where creatures move around you, where these undead shambling masses move around you and ignore you. Each time that happens, you see this strain on Violet's face get more and more. You see sweat starting to drip down from her forehead and her steps start to falter a little bit. You arrive in dockside. It was actually quite a trek for you to get here. None of the gondolas seem to be operating. You see people pulling down the canals, trying to get away from things in the water. It's just total bedlam. It's a Kladvina clusterfuckus. Mawgrim and Annalise, you move through the city following Orchid. As she moves, also, it seems that things move around her, and you get the feeling that you are undetected as you move through town. Mawgrim, make a perception check.
Ooh, okay. 11.
I think that you are a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on, having just come back from a lifetime of coming back to life, it sounds like. You are keeping your eyes vigilant, and Orchid moves through the city to dockside. As you walk along a canal, suddenly Guy, Calden, and Cilvy and Baldric meet up with Mawgrim, and Annalise, as you all converge on this one corner. As you recall, Kladvina is made up of islands and canals. You meet up on this one corner of a canal in a residential area, but there is some mercantile like stores and things around. You are just on one side of a bridge, and you can see the little Butter brothers are paddling away furiously as these undead, covered in moss and algae, soldiers are trying to reach them from the shore. The little Butter brothers are paddling out into the middle of the canal. As they look down, they see something approaching them, and they start paddling even faster in a different direction.
It's crazy. Even when they're screaming for their lives, they're still rhyming.
You'd almost have to admire it if they weren't so racist.
And they're too distant to hear.
Oh, the skeletons that are pursuing them, do they happen to be elven skeletons?
I was going to say, we have to save ourselves from these dirty undead elves. There we go. That's all I got.
Nice.
All right. You also see that at one point there is actually what looks like a dead direwolf fighting a living direwolf. You can see that there is this undead like skeleton climbed out of the water and is being attacked by two boars. You can see even a swarm of cats attacking this zombie that has pulled itself out of the canal. And in the center...
The token for the swarm of cats is... disturbing.
Oh
my god, that is horrifying.
If I saw that coming at me, I would run.
You see what looks like the remains of like this grizzly bear, but it is just bone and meat is come lumbering in towards this kind of central square. And standing in the middle of that square, you see a familiar figure. You see this slender, incredibly old elf, gray hair, liver spots on the skin. You see dark green and browns. You see Jib Jab. They are standing in this square and they are yelling out,
"Bubbles, you bastard! Stop hiding! Come and face me like a real bird!"
I love that so much.
As you see Jib Jab, this figure surrounded by this aura of unnatural nature, you also spot one last thing. You see at the far edge of the square where it looks like a mercantile district area, full of tents. Some of them are being knocked down. You see people like running for their lives. You see lying on the ground multiple figures in leather and hide, and you see one that you recognize. You see this dwarven woman, Ivy, in her dark black hair, as she is facing off against what can only be described as a massive bear covered in long spikes.
God, it's kind of cute though.
Sonic?
It's like a brown Sonic.
What happened, Sonic?
It's a porcupine bear.
Hey, so I tried to get something a little bit more savage looking. This is called a savager. It is this massive bear-like creature covered in spines, long, sharp claws. As Danon is facing off against it, you see her starting to change her shape into some kind of a beast. And we have Jib Jab, we have Danon, we have undead and beasts all around. And Orchid and Violet are still here, but as you approach Jib Jab, they look towards you and they say, "We want them alive."
Oh no.
That is where we're going to stop for tonight.
Jeez.
Dang. Wow.
Oof.
Poor Jib Jab, they look rough.
Jib Jab does look rough. Thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah.
This was fun.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't know that
All
we
right.
can agree to that, but okay.
Next time we get together, we will continue this Kladvina cluster fracas. And it's funny because fracas is not a real word, but I said it one time, and so now it sticks.
Fracas is a word.
Yeah,
Fracas is a
but
word.
not fracas.
A fracas is a ruckus and a fracas combined. We had this conversation before.
Just science.
All right. Well, hey guys, thank you for playing, and thank you all for listening. We hope you enjoy what's going on. I know I am, and I cannot wait to see what happens next time. Why don't you go ahead, go leave us a rating and a review. The rating can be 5 stars or 10 stars or a thumbs up or a check yes or no, but check yes. Unless it says, do you hate this podcast?
Whichever's highest.
Yeah, we don't want you. Do you hate this podcast? Then check no. Anyway, don't forget we have a Patreon. You should go check it out if you want some bonus content. We do Your Neighbor's Potatoes every other episode, and you can hear kind of some behind the scenes information, as well as where we talk about level 8 characters and changing over to the 2024 rules that just came out a month or so ago, and some of the changes that happened with our characters. Anyway, until we get together next time, we hope you have a great time.